Hey guys, did you miss me? Now for today, I'm not just going to color my hair. I want to do an experiment. Now people would be normally asking, like, does it really matter if you use expensive hair dyes or just use the cheap ones and then they just do their job? Does it really matter? Well, I'm curious about that, so I just wanted to try that out for myself. That's why I did this hairstyle, this middle part hairstyle, which I hate so much on me. That's why it doesn't look good. Look at how I part my hair too. Like, it was going this way. It's not even going like 100% straight. But it makes sense because I'm not straight anyway. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to put the cheap hair dye here and then the expensive dye here. So for the cheap one, I am going to use this brand called Mary Suncello Wax. Now, this isn't the case. This is it comes in this sachet in this kind of small little pouch. I threw away the sachet, which was a bad idea. Now I don't know what to use to shoot for the thumbnail. So I'm going to do violet because I feel like it's been a while since I've used violet as my hair color. So that's what it looks like, the cello wax. And then for the expensive side, she will be making another special appearance. We have X Mondo colors again with super purple. This one's 1,300 pesos. And for the cello wax, guys, oh my god, this only costs 35 pesos sachet. Can you imagine buying a hair dye in just cents? There we have it, the cheap versus expensive hair dyes. Now, let's go over the criteria. So I took the liberty in taking down notes because I really am taking this seriously. It is an experiment after all. So the first test that we're gonna do is that we're going to do today. That is the application, okay? Application meaning how easy is it to use, how easily it can be applied to your hair, consistency too runny or is it too thick. The second test that we're gonna do is the color payoff. That's after the application, like when you rinse off the hair color and then you blow dry it, and then like how vibrant is it, the color. Now the third test is the resistance test. This one's gonna be the longest. How strong is the color and how much color can it be stripped off with its resistance, you know, its strength. So there's going to be two fields. The first field that we're going to do for the resistance test is shampoo, and there's two kinds. One is the sulfate-free color save shampoo. Like if you want to save your hair color, because here's the thing, okay, shampoo no matter what will strip off your hair color. It's just about trying to find a shampoo that strips off your hair color the least. The least is having sulfate-free shampoo. The second test is the clarifying shampoo. Those are the shampoos that you use to definitely strip off a lot of the color. So either clarifying shampoo or anti-dandruff shampoo, like Head and Shoulders, etc. So I want to test how strong these colors are when met these kinds of strong shampoos. Now the second test in the resistance test is the baking soda method. For the baking soda method, I want to be safe because I've done some baking soda methods where I included developer, but that's a little risky because it could further damage my hair. So I'm gonna do the baking soda method without the developer. That means the ingredients include baking soda, clarifying or anti-dandruff shampoo, dishwashing liquid. So those three ingredients that you're gonna have to use with hot water. I swear to God, because there was one time I did the baking soda method with cold water and it dried the hell out of my hair. So hot water is important on the baking soda method. And then finally, the final results, where we see the pastelized form of the hair color, how well does it fade. So yeah, those are my 4 fields. And then I put them on a table so I can put on my notes, so I can summarize everything at the end of this video. And then yeah, this should be exciting. Put on your safety goggles and make sure that your goggles are safe. So we're about to start this experiment. Alright, now that I've clipped up my hair for the expensive hair dye. So, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm gonna do these colors undiluted. Just so that it's fair, you know? Instead of being it undiluted, then I don't really get to see the true form of the color. There it is, I'm dipping it now. And then we'll start. Oh my god. Let's see how easy this is to apply. Wow. Oh my god, when they say violet, they said violet. That is rich. It looks so much better in the camera. Wow. And so far, guys, okay, like just the immediate first impression, I'm really liking this. And then application so far is pretty much easy. All right, so I'm just gonna time lapse this part anyway. I mean, it is pretty straightforward, you know. So time lapse time. Okay, so the cheap hair dye side is done, and guys, wow, I like this color payoff. I really do. And also it was easy to apply since it is kind of liquidy. And now we are going to move on to, oh my god, I hate these clips. Now we're going to try Xmondo's Super Purple, and look at that shade. Wow, I'm dipping in, and already, oh wow, the consistency, it is very thick, so it is kind of hard to work with, kind of. There it is. Wow, whoa, what? And oh my god, it smells so good. Okay, so application wise, I have to admit, this is kind of hard. I guess it's no brainer that liquidy dyes are so much easier to apply to your hair, whereas thick dyes like this, it is a little difficult. Like you need effort to put in the hair color. Oh my god, I don't remember having a hard time with this brand. Okay, yeah, it is a little difficult to apply. I'm just gonna time lapse this part, and then I'll tell you guys the rest of how I felt applying it. Okay, now we're done with applying the expensive hair dye, and damn, compared to cello wax, that was actually difficult to apply to, but color-wise, after looking at it, like look at that. I think to me that's just as pretty as the cheap one. So wow, look at look at how all of that just like yeah, we're just gonna put that there. So yeah, there we go. That's the expensive side done. Now we are just going to wait for about I'll be right back in 20 minutes, and I'll see you guys so we can finally see the color payoff. Okay, so that means first test, application. Which one's easier to use? I'm gonna have to give it to cello wax. Honestly, because I mean, it's liquidy hair dye consistency. It made it easier for me to apply the color, whereas in Xmondo, it was so thick. Again, I don't remember having a hard time suddenly applying Xmondo on my hair before. By the way, guys, I forgot to share to you why I'm using these products as for comparison, not just because of the very large price range, but here's the interesting thing. These two are similar because not only that they color your hair, they're also promoting the fact that they can both heal your hair as well. Here's why. For cello wax, it says that it's enriched with olive oil and argan extract. Oh, and vitamin C as well. I didn't see that. Yeah, that's very interesting. That and very cool that not only a cheap hair dye just colors your hair color, but even like it helps condition somewhat your hair as well. Now for Xmondo, I already mentioned in the past video that it doesn't just color your hair, but this also contains bond builders. Like we're talking probably Olaplex or Avida Botanical Repair levels of bond builders, probably. So that's what I was probably most shocked about. I can see why that this was very expensive, not just for the packaging and the consistency and the vibrancy of the color, but because of what's in it as well that helps your hair, not just color it. So there we go. Yeah, just a little side note of why I wanted to test out these colors. They not only color your hair, but also gives good side effects. Okay. The beginning. All right, guys, are you ready? Here it is, the final results after rinsing. And Here it is. Now, while I was blow drying this and I'm trying to see the difference, it was so hard to tell the difference. Maybe except one. Like, okay, when I show the cello wax here, it does look just a tad bit more vibrant than X Mondo colors. But here's another thing. For cello wax though, while I was blow drying, here, this part, some of my ends do feel a little dry. Uh-oh, I was like, what's happening? Where is the argan extract in this part? Like, that was a little weird. But suddenly, when I went to the X Mondo part, it's not as dry anymore. Like, my ends don't feel as dry as this one though. This one's a little crusty, but then the X Mondo part, it's like, ooh. So maybe I do feel the bond. My hairstyle looks disgusting. So maybe I do feel the bond builders in the X Mondo part. When it comes to the side effects part, I'm gonna have to go with X Mondo. It made my hair, my hair does feel a little bit smoother. Now let's test the color payoff in different lighting. I'm gonna try with the light here in the room. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Guys, I see the difference. Oh my god. When they said violet, they really said violet. Like, because as far as I know, violet is close to blue. Whereas purple is like warmer. See, look at that. That's warmer. And then this one's like cooler. So I tried it out on outdoor lighting. And here's the interesting part. In artificial lighting, cello wax's violet was coming off more as cool toned because violet. But when I went outside, now it suddenly looks more purple. I was like, what's going on? But when it comes to X Mondo though, it's very consistent. Both artificial and natural lighting, it almost looks like it's the same color. It's still the same warm toned-ish purple that I wanted. When it comes to cello wax though, it comes out as different. And that to me doesn't sound consistent. When it comes to lighting, I'm gonna have to go with X Mondo again because the way it was showing its color is more consistent in both different kinds of lighting. Cello wax is a little tricky, so I don't know. That's just me. I don't prefer that much. The beginning. Okay, so now my hair feels greasy. I think this is greasy enough to... oh my god. I really hate this hairstyle. I think it's safe enough to shampoo it now with the sulfate-free shampoo first to see which one bleeds more. And also I feel a little like less because I was a little sick like a couple of days ago, but I'm starting to feel better now, so ignore that. Okay, so here's what it looks like after the first sulfate-free shampoo wash, and I gotta say, it looks almost just the same, pretty much the same. Yeah, I don't think anything else has changed. Maybe it's just really good shampoo. Because what I did was I used the L'Oreal Everpure sulfate-free shampoo. That's usually like color safe. So I guess it really works because not much of the color has erased after it was blow dried. How I washed it first is I washed it like one side first and then the other. So I washed the cheap side first. There was like kind of a lot of bleeding, like all the suds were purple. I kind of got panicked just a little bit. And then I tried it on the expensive side. It's just as the same, so much bleeding everywhere, so much purple going on. But then now the end results is like, oh, it's still pretty much the same. So maybe it's just excess color and that the rest of the real color just stays put in my hair. So okay, sulfate-free test is done. Now I'll see you guys in a few days for the clarifying shampoo test. That I'm actually excited about. So we'll see about that. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hair with finally the clarifying shampoo. I'm very excited for this one. I want to see how much color can it strip off because usually the first wash of the clarifying shampoo strips off the most and then progressively just a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, so here's the first wash, and why do I feel like nothing much has changed? I mean, I guess in person you can see just like a tad bit shade lighter, but that's about it. Like, oh my god, these colors are tough. I mean, I knew that X Mondo would be kind of tough with just shampoo to make it fade, but Cello Wax, damn, like I didn't expect that either. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk for like the first day of clarifying shampoo. Then the rest of the days, I'll just show the results. Here it is again, day 1. Yeah, and we'll see with the rest of the days. Okay, finally, now we get to do the baking soda method. I'm excited because I feel like this experiment is going on for like a really long time, since before May. I just want to fade out my hair color to see what it looks like if it's faded, and then we'll see. Guys, this is interesting. I was only expecting for the colors to just fade, but they both just yeeted out of my hair. Like, what? Oh my god! And I hope you guys can see the two blonde differences, because here's Cello Wax, this limey yellowy blonde, and then X Mondo though. That's just straight up platinum blonde. Oh, I love this. I mean, I'm also impressed at the fact that all of the violet is gone, but at the same time, now it just looks slightly limey, but still the yellowy blonde. Okay, now it comes down to the final verdict. Which dye is better, cheap or expensive? And to be honest, my final conclusion is it doesn't really matter. I know it's a cop-out answer, but here's the thing. When I tested out both dyes, both had very good color payoffs. Both were very vibrant. Like, they were so good. Though between the two, I do prefer purple more than violet, but that's just like my own preference. Like, I just prefer the warmer tone than the cooler tone. Also, when I removed the colors from the baking soda method, like, even though the expensive side made my hair like more platinum blonde than the lime green one, I read or heard somewhere that when it comes to indigo colors, it's actually normal to leave some like somewhat green undertones to it. So I thought that was weird. I thought that was from the cheap dye itself, but then it actually turns out to be just a normal thing. I couldn't find much errors for both of the cheap and the expensive dye. It's just that for me, the expensive dye one, the X Mondo, that made my hair way softer, like smoother. Whereas with Cello Wax, it did make my hair dry. That's just from the hair dye itself, you know, like, and also that's not like a serious thing. You can just add conditioner, your favorite conditioner that will moisture your hair with your color, and then that will help you color and condition your hair. This was such a long experiment, but at least I know what the answer is. And I just wanted you guys to know that it doesn't really matter if the dye is like, oh, super cheap, it might not work. There's a good chance it will work for you. Hair color is not a one-way street. It's a lot of junctions. It has a lot of intersections. It's a very gray area when it comes to hair color. It doesn't work for everyone else the same. Like, if the cheap dye already works for you, then good for you. If the expensive one works for you personally, good for you. Just remember, like, save up, okay? That's it. That was a fun experiment. Like, we can just choose whatever dye we want. It's up to us. Whichever makes us happier. thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up. That's the same thing. Please subscribe and turn on that notification bell for whatever video I'm about to make next. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh, and I moved.